Look around you. Do you see them? The unseen chains? They're not shackles of iron. They're the invisible bonds of convenience, the subtle, suffocating weight of comfort. This isn't a story about external enemies. It's a brutal, honest look at the silent killer within your own life. Complacency. You are in danger, not from a great collapse, but from a slow, methodical decay. A life so comfortable and so soft that you will one day die without ever having realized your true potential. This is the most terrifying reality you can face. We've been sold a lie, the lie that ease is the ultimate goal, that a life without friction is a life worth living. We've been conditioned to seek the path of least resistance, to take the easy way out at every turn. But this comfort is a cage. It's the trivial many that Greene McKeown warns us about in Essentialism, the endless, non-essential tasks and distractions that consume our time, energy, and effort, pulling us away from what is truly vital. We become masters of busyness, but not of productivity. We fill our days to the brim, but at the end, we feel empty because we haven't accomplished a single thing that matters. We are simply passing the time, waiting for something to happen, while the unseen chains tighten. This is the psychological war you must win. The moment you become complacent, the moment you allow yourself to settle for good enough, you are surrendering your future. Your mind is like an armored fortress, but without constant challenge, without the relentless push against your own limitations, the walls crumble. The truth is, the most powerful drug is not what you think. It's the sense of security that keeps you from ever daring to try. The feeling that you have arrived, that you have done enough, is the whisper of your demise. It's the self-deception that allows you to stop growing, to stop evolving. You have to face the cold, hard reality that no one cares about your success. The world doesn't owe you anything. The only person who is going to build your future is you. And the only way to do that is to break these unseen chains and embrace the discomfort of growth. Complacency doesn't arrive in a single catastrophic event. It creeps in, one tiny, imperceptible decision at a time. It's the brutal law of compounding. Just as a single penny can become a mountain of wealth when it compounds over time, a single lazy habit repeated daily will inevitably lead to a mountain of failure. You are making decisions right now that are either working for you or against you. And the scary part is, the results of those decisions are not immediately visible. Every day you choose to stay in bed for an extra 10 minutes instead of going to the gym, every night you choose to scroll aimlessly instead of reading a book, every time you choose to avoid a difficult conversation, each of these moments feels insignificant. It's just 10 minutes, a few posts, a quick avoidance. But what you don't see is the slow, steady accumulation of these small bad habits. They are the cracks in your foundation, and over time, they will lead to a complete collapse. This is the tipping point that James Clear describes. You might feel like you're doing fine, but you're constantly eroding your discipline and your potential. The antidote to this decay is not some grand, monumental change. It's the ruthless daily commitment to what is essential. It's about building an unbreakable foundation, not with grand gestures, but with atomic habits. You must hold yourself accountable on a daily basis, becoming your own harshest critic. Most people wait for an external motivator, a feeling of hype. But as the Wall Street Playboys point out, you must be internally motivated to succeed. If you need a feeling to get started, you will never even begin. The power is within you, not in some fleeting feeling. The unseen chains are forged in the quiet moments of your day when no one is watching. They are the product of the small compromises you make with yourself. The key is to start seeing these moments for what they truly are, small battles in the war for your future. Win these small battles, and you will eventually win the war. The goal is not perfection, but relentless progress, to constantly be in motion, to be in a state of becoming rather than a state of being. You must consciously increase the degree of difficulty in your life, even if it hurts. This is how you callous your mind. This is how you break the chains. And this is how you start to realize a life of true, unstoppable potential. To break the unseen chains, you must first understand the most powerful weapon you possess: your mind. Your mind, in its default state, is a soft and fragile thing. It craves ease, it seeks comfort. It whispers excuses and justifications, telling you that you are tired, that you deserve a break, that the pain is too much. This is the voice of complacency, and you must silence it. David Goggins in Can't Hurt Me speaks of the necessity of callousing your mind. This isn't a metaphor, it's a brutal, relentless process of exposing yourself to discomfort and pain, not for the sake of suffering, but to build a mental fortress that no external force can penetrate. The world wants you to be soft. It provides you with every convenience, every distraction, every quick fix. But the path to true power, to a life of meaning and mastery, is paved with discomfort. You must deliberately seek out the hard things: the early morning alarm, the last painful mile of a run, the difficult conversation you've been avoiding. These are not obstacles, they are opportunities. Each moment of voluntary discomfort is a repetition, a rep in the gym of your mind. You are building a mental muscle that will not falter when faced with real adversity. This is how you take back control. This is how you reclaim your future from the slow, insidious grip of complacency. The uninitiated will tell you this is too extreme. They will say you are too hard on yourself. Let them. They are the ones with the unseen chains wrapped around their minds. They are the ones who will live a life of regret, forever wondering what if. They are too afraid to face the truth that their current reality is a direct result of their own lack of discipline. The process of callousing our mind is about becoming uncommon amongst uncommon. It is about pushing past your perceived limitations, because the truth is, your mind will give up long before your body does. You have reserves you don't even know exist. Your potential isn't some theoretical concept. It's a tangible, physical capacity that is waiting for you to unlock it. The key is to stop listening to the voice that tells you to stop, and to start embracing the suffering that will transform you. The war against complacency is not won in a single heroic battle. It is won or lost in the quiet, mundane moments of every single day. The unseen chains are a web of bad habits, and the only way to break free is to build a new web of good ones. This is the essence of what James Clear calls atomic habits, the small, seemingly insignificant changes that, when compounded over time, lead to remarkable results. You don't need to revolutionize your life overnight. You need to focus on a 1% improvement every single day. This is the brutal law of compounding applied in your favor. The problem with most people is that they seek a monumental shift. They want a new life, a new identity, a new reality, but they are unwilling to do the small, boring work. They are trapped in the belief that they need to feel motivated to act. But as the Wall Street Playboys point out, if you wait for a feeling, you will never even begin. The successful, the powerful, the masters of their craft are not waiting for inspiration. They are showing up. They are putting in the work, even when they don't feel like it. They have systems in place that make the good habits easy and the bad habits difficult. Think of it this way. Your identity is not fixed. It is a direct reflection of your habits. Every time you make a choice to do the hard thing, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. One day you decide to read 1 page of a book, the next day 2 pages, the next day 3. Individually, these actions are insignificant, but over a year, you will have read a book. Over a decade, you will have read a library. The person who read that library is a different person from the one who chose to scroll. This is the silent revolution that is happening in your life right now. Are you casting votes for the person you dream of being, or are you passively watching your unseen chains grow heavier? The choice is yours, and it is made not in a single heroic moment,
but in every single decision you make, every single day. The path to mastery is not a sprint. It's a marathon of consistent, relentless, and unsexy effort. The unseen chains of complacency do more than just hold you back. They keep you locked in a state of perpetual amateurism. They prevent you from ever achieving true mastery. The mind of the amateur is shallow and distracted, a constant torrent of notifications, quick fixes, and superficial knowledge. This person is addicted to the trivial many, constantly busy but never productive, a prisoner to the urgent but unimportant tasks that fill their day. They confuse motion with progress, and in the end, they find themselves exactly where they started, only older and more disillusioned. But the mind of the master is a different kind of weapon entirely. The master, as Robert Greene defines in his work, is a person who is committed to a life's task, a calling, a purpose, a singular pursuit that demands their full attention and relentless effort. The master has learned to embrace boredom and discomfort, to go deep into their craft. This is the essence of deep work, the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It is the single most powerful skill you can cultivate in a world drowning in distraction. The amateur fears this kind of focus. It is uncomfortable. It is lonely. It requires you to confront your own limitations, your lack of knowledge, and your weaknesses. It demands that you put in the 10,000 hours of practice, the painful repetitions, the years of quiet, unseen effort that precede any significant breakthrough. The amateur wants to jump straight to the end, to the success and the rewards without the difficult process of becoming. But the master understands that the reward is not the outcome. The reward is the process itself. The deep work is not a means to an end. It is the forge in which a new, more powerful version of yourself is created. This is the ultimate consequence of complacency. Not just a life of stagnation, but a life without meaning. A life where you are constantly on the surface, skimming information, but never truly understanding anything. The master's mind is a landscape of complex, interconnected knowledge, built over years of focused effort. The amateur's mind is a collection of disconnected facts and fleeting opinions. One is building a cathedral, the other is building a sandcastle. The unseen chains are what keep you perpetually playing in the sand, too afraid to lay a single brick. You've heard the warnings, you've seen the trap. Now let's talk about the unspoken reward. It's not the money, the fame, or the external validation. Those are fleeting consequences. The true, lasting reward for breaking the unseen chains of complacency is the profound, quiet sense of self-respect. It's the ability to look at yourself in the mirror and know that you are not lying. It is the fundamental foundation of a life worth living. Jordan Peterson speaks of setting your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. This isn't about being a neat freak. It's about a spiritual and psychological transformation. It means taking radical responsibility for your own life, your own thoughts, your own actions. When you break the chains of complacency, you are finally, truly in control. You are no longer a victim of your own laziness, your own fears, or your own excuses. You are the architect of your destiny. This unshakable self-respect is a shield against the chaos of the world. It is the inner core of strength that allows you to face the inevitable challenges of life without crumbling. The world is a harsh and unforgiving place, and as Stefan Arnia warns us, it is in these hard times that true men are forged. But a soft life, a life built on comfort and ease, is incapable of handling this reality. When adversity strikes, the complacent man will break. He has no reserves of mental toughness, no calloused mind, no foundation of discipline to fall back on. He has been training for ease, and life has a brutal way of demanding struggle. The ultimate reward is to become the kind of person who is capable of withstanding anything. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you have done the work, that you have paid the price, that you have faced your demons and won. It is the deep, fulfilling knowledge that you are a producer, not a consumer, that you are a creator, not a passive observer. It is the freedom that comes from being unburdened by the weight of your own potential, finally unleashed. The chains are still there, in the form of a million small choices every day, waiting to be reforged. But now, you are a master. And you know exactly how to break them.